Awesome. Well, let's start kind of broad. I guess what's a typical training routine for a track and field athlete that you coach?
Well, for Janae in particular, man, today is Tuesday, so we'll start her out on an 800 warm up. Then after that, we'll just a little stretching and some.
Okay, so it's a short clip. What is the challenge? The challenge here is the speaker who is speaking didn't have a dedicated microphone. There is no lapel microphone. There is no wireless kind of a microphone like nowadays many wireless microphones are available, right? There is no dedicated microphone for the speaker. The voice is getting recorded directly in the camera, and as you can see, it's not a close-up shot. It's a longer shot. So the camera is little far from the subject. So and the voice of the subject is directly getting recorded in the camera microphone. Also, he's sitting in a big hall, like a sort of a sports auditorium kind of a thing. So a lot of echo and static noise also is there. Again, I'm playing this clip quickly, and you can see a lot of static noise, and the volume of the speaker is slightly low.
Awesome. Well, let's start kind of broad. I guess what's a typical training routine for a track and field athlete that you coach?
Well, for Janae in particular, man, today is Tuesday, so we'll start her out on an 800 warm up. Then after that, we'll.
Right. So as you saw, this has a lot of static noise and the volume of the subject is low. This is a typical scenario if you are not doing a production shoot, because in production we have a dedicated mic and all those things. But how can we clean this audio? How can we make this audio like a studio quality level or studio level audio? So what you need to do, select your clip, come to the essential sound panel. This is the panel, essential sound panel, uh, and click on the option window. If it is not visible, click on essential sound. This is the option. Although it will be visible, but if it is not visible, you can click on it and it will be visible here. Now, what you need to do, simply there is an option. You need to define what is this particular clip. Is it a dialogue? Is it a music? What is this particular clip? So there is an auto tag option also. Auto tag will automatically try to identify that is it just a dialogue clip or a music clip or a sound effects or an ambient sound. Or if you want to manually highlight that also you can do. So I will simply select dialogue. Now you can see the dialog tag is selected. Why the tagging is important? I'll tell you that also. I will click on clear auto type, click clear audio type. It will clear this. The tagging is important because all of these four options have a different kind of settings. So depending upon what tag you will select, you will see the relevant options related to that particular tag. So if I select dialogue, it will show dialogues settings related to the dialogue. Okay, and on the top you will find the option called enhance speech. Let's simply click on this button, enhance option. Depending upon the duration of your audio, okay, not a video but the audio, depending upon the duration of your audio, it will take couple of seconds, minutes to enhance your audio. Now the audio is already enhanced. Let's listen this clip again.
Awesome. Well, let's start kind of broad. I guess what's a typical training routine for a track and field athlete that you coach?
Oh, well, for Janae in particular, man, today is Tuesday, so we'll start her out on an 800 warm up. Then after that, we'll just a little stretching and some.
So as you can see, try to remove lot of noise from the background and also enhance the pitch of this person. However, we do have an option called mix amount. The mix amount is set on 7. I generally reduce this if I know that there is the voice is clear. So you do not need to go all the way to like 10, which is very high value. In 10, what happens, certain words might also get removed. So it's better that you start with a lower value, and wherever you find that the audio is coming out fine, you can leave the value there. You do not need to go on the higher value. Again, I change the value. Now I will just click enhance again, and let's play this.
Awesome. Well, let's start kind of broad. I guess what's a typical training routine for a track and field athlete that you coach?
Oh, for today in particular, man, today is Tuesday, so we'll start out on our 800 warm up. Then after that, we'll just a little stretching and some.
So this is how you can use this enhanced speech. It is already available in case if you are wondering what version I'm using. So this is version 2024. To be very precise, this is 24.6.1. This is the version which I'm using. So all of you, if you this free option is not showing in case in your Premiere Pro, then do update your Premiere Pro and you will get this particular option in your Premiere Pro. Okay, so let's move on to the next feature, and that is something called text-based editing. So we all know that in Premiere Pro we have a caption option. You can automatically generate caption or a subtitle. So let's say I have this particular clip here. Let me play this.
Embarrassed that I have a career. I talk about things like trust and cooperation, and there should be no demand for my work.
So now what I will do, I will go into the text option, and there is an option called create caption from transcript. I will click on it. I can select the various kind of a preset like CEA 708 default if you are creating broadcast related content, so you can select that also. For me, I just want to use a like a regular subtitles. I will choose subtitle default. And then the language, what is the language of the audio? The language of the audio is English. As of today, Premiere Pro supports 16 to 17 languages. From India, it supports Hindi as of today. So if you want to use Hindi, if the audio is in Hindi, you can use the Hindi audio also. This one is in English. I will choose English and I will click on transcribe and create caption. It will take a couple of seconds depending upon, again, the duration of your audio. And what it will do, it will not only create the caption, but it will also place that caption on the completely new track, which is called subtitle track. So if I play this here.
So I'm embarrassed that I have a career. I talk about things like trust and cooperation, and there should be no demand for my work.
So it's fully automated generated transcript. We do have some media houses in India. They have already utilizing this particular feature, which allow you to, they are using for their 2 hours videos to fully transcribe with this particular feature. Now, of course, it's an automated generation, so you might need to look some punctuation, grammatical mistake, maybe spelling mistake. So if any of those things are there, you can simply come to the text panel. This is here on the top, and you can double click and make changes. So maybe I want to put a comma, I can put that here. Okay. Or maybe if there is any spelling mistake which I want to fix, I can fix that also. Needless to say, you can change the color, font, everything. So I will select all of this text and I will come to the option here, essential graphic. I'll go to in edit and maybe I want to change the color. So I'll choose the color here. Let's say yellow. If I want to change some font, I can change the font also. Now the important thing is the track style. This is a very important thing. If all your projects require subtitling, then it's not always recommended that you do all these settings manually of changing the font, changing the color. What you can do, you can create your own preset, okay, and put that preset in the track style, so that at any time you can simply select that style, whatever style you have created, and that particular setting will get applied on the design. So simply by once you apply your setting, click on this plus button and save your setting as a track style preset. So next time when you bring a new video, you simply need to select your track style and all that color, font size, everything will get applied. Okay. All right. So let's move forward. So this was there. This is not new. This was there since last 2 years, if I say in Premiere Pro. What's new is the text-based editing. This feature is also there. It's been a while that this feature was there, but many people didn't know about it. So what you can do now, we have taken the text-based the captioning workflow one step further. Now you can do text-based editing inside Premiere Pro. So how that work? I have this video. Let me play this.
The song has everything that you need for a great karaoke performance. It has slow parts, fast parts, it has emotions, it has flying hair, it has everything and gives you all the feelings that you
Okay. Now, so this is the like a regular English audio. What I will do, I will again come to my text panel. Okay. And then I will go into transcript. Okay. I will not going to click this button, create caption from transcript. I am going into transcript and I will click on transcribe. Okay, I'm showing you this on one person as a speaker, but imagine it can have a multiple people also in this. Something like a podcast where two people are talking, three people are talking, or maybe a dialogue scene where two people dialogues are there. So that type of clip you can also take. Okay, so now I got the entire transcription of this particular audio in this panel. Now, if you see, it says unknown, unknown. Okay, this is where the speaker will get detected. So if you will get a multiple speaker in the clip, then it will say speaker one, speaker two, speaker three. That will come here. Okay, and what is the benefit? The benefit is if you want to filter the transcript by speaker. So I select the speaker as a filter option, and then I will select the speaker. So in my case, right now it is unknown, but if you have a clip which has two speaker or three speaker, it will say speaker one, two, three, and whatever speaker you will select, only that speaker detail will be visible here. Okay. So I'll come back to here in the text. What I want to show you, the important part is the filler word and pauses. Very important. Our editors spend a lot of their time to find it out the pauses in the clip. Now, with this option, it is there in the filter option. Many people don't use this. I would recommend use the pauses option if you want to check how many pauses are there. What is pauses? Pauses are basically the person is sitting ideal, there is no dialogue or the monologue is going on, and you need to just find it out that clip. Maybe some people like to delete that, maybe some people want to retain that. That is something will be highlighted here. Or maybe filler words, if you want to check the filler words, that is also something get highlighted here. Now, so once your script is here, now the real magic get started. I'll tell you what this clip is. In this clip, this lady is answering 5 questions. Okay, and let's say my task is to remove or extract only those 5 questions, and the rest of the part I need to delete. Okay, so if I read the script, in this script, if I play this, let's play this part.
Hi there, my name is Kerstin Ebert. I'm a software quality engineer here at Adobe, and today I'm going to answer 5 questions for you. The first question is, what is the best meal you have ever eaten?
Okay, so this is the first question. The first question is, what is the best meal you have ever eaten? This is what I need, and I do not need anything else. So what I will do, I will simply select this part and I will delete that. Now, when I select this, if you see the timeline is also got selected. That's what the text-based editing is. If I delete this script, my timeline will also get deleted. And after this question, I want to delete the rest of the part also. That is also got selected, and I will hit delete, and that portion will also get deleted. Maybe the second question is started from here. Let's say from here, I'll play this.
The second question, what is your go-to karaoke song?
Okay, so this is the second question. Anything before this I want to delete, I can select this and I can delete that part. Now, maybe you do not want to delete, you want to extract that, that is also you can do. All these options are given here. So you can lift this particular selected portion. The shortcut button is mentioned here, semicolon, or the second one is the extract. So that also you can do. So if I click on lift, that portion will get deleted from here, just like I did it earlier, but now it will create a gap in that area. Control Z. If I click extract, then that portion will be deleted and there will be no gap. So, so this is something. The idea here is with text-based editing is this will be really helpful if you have a dialogues kind of a content where you want to listen the is want to just edit the script and your content will also get edited. In terms of language support, the language support are the same which I showed you earlier, 15, 16 languages which are out there. That will be supported. Once you are happy with your edit, let me just remove the rest of the content also, just to showcase a quick demo. Okay, I think I deleted the. Let's delete till here. Yeah. So once you are happy with your edit, now you can click on this button, create caption CC, and it will convert your transcript into a subtitle. And now you will have your subtitle also aligned on the timeline. So if I play this,
The first question is, what is the best meal you have ever?
let me just replay this.
The first question is, what is The first question is, what is the best meal you have ever eaten? The second question, what is your go-to karaoke song?
So this is how this will be a great way if you are doing a rough edit for a film. You can quickly just keep on edit the script and your rough edit will start getting, because you know rough edit required just to check the sequence and the storyline is going perfect. Once you are happy with the rough edit, then of course you can go in the refine editing on a very deep on the frame level to refine the editing part. Okay, so let me just take a pause and check the chat box if there is any question. Please write your question in the chat box since the microphone will not work. Is there any new feature to add? So there is a voiceover option. You can use that voiceover, but if you are planning to replace any word, that is something you cannot do because then you need to maintain the pitch and tempo. We are actually working on some tech around this on how can we add a text in a voiceover in the original audio. Yes, it will detect more people in the clip. The recording will get posted Sai on the YouTube channel. We'll share the YouTube channel link. Randall, when you say domestic languages, if you are referring Indian regional languages, then it will right now it's work only with Hindi and not any other language as of now. Okay. Please demo the remix tool. Yes, of course, we'll cover that also. Okay, so how AI is used in this new feature? Okay, so the AI is used here. The placement of these chunks of audio. So the AI listen, it's not generative AI, it's just an AI where the sync of the clips, this particular block of a text is actually aligned according to when that person is talking about that word. It's just the alignment of the words. Randall, there is a roadmap for it. I need to check what is the timeline to bring more Indian regional languages into the workflow. Okay, let's move forward. So let's see the next feature, and let me open the remix one. So remix again, not a new feature. It's there. It's been there almost like 5 years. We are working on some new tech to further improvise this particular feature. But this is also very useful tool, and this is one of the use case where the video editor has to deal day in day out. So in this particular clip, I have a shorter video of 58 seconds and a longer audio, which is around 2 minutes. Many times, what happens, we get the audio from the stock platform and it has a longer duration, but our content is smaller. So, how to match that? If I play the ending beats of this audio, let me play this. This is the beat which I need at the end of my video clip. If I simply drag and drop like this, cut the clip like this, it will be abrupt cut. So if I play this, let me play again. So you can see it's a very abrupt cut. So how can we get those ending beats um, at the end of my video? So what you need to do is simply select the remix tool, which is inside the ripple and rolling tool. So select the remix tool, put it at the edge of your video and drag it. Now there is a plus minus 5 seconds difference. So if you match edge to edge, let's see what happened. The AI will do a clip analysis. What is happening here? The AI will listen the beats. It will delete the certain portion from in between and match the rest of the beats. You need a like a instrumental music or only the music track. There should not be any vocal involved in that particular clip. So let it get completed. Okay, now you see, uh, if I talk about these zigzag line, these are the area from where the certain portion got deleted, and the rest of the portion got connected by matching the beats, BPS. If anybody here in the sound, they know BPS, bits per second kind of a thing. So that will be matched by the AI. Here also, certain portion got deleted and the rest of the portion got matched. But if you see, the clip, my clip went slightly longer. That's what I said, plus minus 5 seconds, because wherever the AI finds the best fit, it will connect the clip there, and because of that, it might go plus minus 5 seconds. So if I play this, let's first play in that zigzag area. Just so the idea of this tool is it will maintain the ending beats of your clip with this particular. So if I play again, now how can we fix this part? Then what to match exactly at the same place? To then what you need to do, and when you are doing this, make it 10 plus minus like slightly in. Do not take it till only at the place of your video, but clip it slightly in. And then the remix tool. Let me just select the remix tool. Yeah. And I'll show you now. You see, it came more closer. If you want more control, more granular control, then you can see the target duration is mentioned here and plus minus 5 second delay is mentioned here. This is for remix. If I choose the option is stretch, then plus minus 5 second delay will not be there. This is like a hard stop. It the AI somehow will stop it at 57 seconds. So if you really want to stick, if you are charging for a frame from your client, then stick it here. Otherwise, you can go with a lenient option of plus minus 5 seconds, which is all good enough to give you a great result in with Remix tool. Okay, so let's move forward and let's see the next feature. So the next feature which I'm going to show you is helpful if you are doing a long form editing, like a feature film editing or a documentary editing, where a lot of content is there. You can see I have a multi-channel audio here. It's a long audio, and I have few 9 tracks of video content or a visual content. Okay, and almost 20 tracks of audio here. Now, in this editing, there are many clips which are disabled. There are many tracks which are empty. Okay, this happens when you do a long form editing. Then lot of there are blank area, disabled clip. Okay, those kind of things are there. So how can we simplify our timeline? So this is a very requested feature by the editors like you, designers like you. Can we remove the disabled clip in one go? Can we remove all the blank tracks in one go? That is something now you can do with this option sequence. Uh, there is the option simplify sequence. In simplify sequence, there is the option empty tracks, disable or muted track. Depending upon your requirement, you can select those options, empty track, disabled or muted track, and then click on simplify. And here you go. So it will not make a problem in your timeline. The sequence will intact, but it will simplify your sequence. It will remove the blank tracks or the video which are disabled. A small feature, but useful if you are doing a very complex kind of editing. I know, like, I have one project where I have more than 20 plus video tracks and 10, 12 audio track. So I use this feature to simplify it. Okay, let's move forward and let's see the something related with colors. There are a lot of other feature also, but the interest of time, I'm showing you some of the features which are less known. There are features like this is okay. This is also good feature, reframe. So if you are creating social media content, let's say social media content is 9:16 aspect ratio, right? How can you convert a 16:9 aspect ratio content into a landscape content? Okay, so what you can do if you have this clip, you need to right click on the sequence. So right click on the sequence and there is option auto reframe sequence. Give the name to your sequence, whatever name you want to give. I will select vertical 9:16 as the aspect ratio, and then I will click on create. Wait for a few seconds and it will analyze your clip and it will create a new composition, new sequence in a vertical format, and the AI will bring your subject into the frame. Doesn't matter what type of camera movement is happening. Let me show you the original one first, and then I'll play this one. So there are two subjects. They are entering from left to right. The camera is panning slightly from left to right, and it's a 16:9 footage. So this is the original footage. Now let's see the reframed version. This is subject 1. the entire framing moved to the second subject, and then again it came back to the first subject. So this is how the reframe sequence work. The AI try to detect your subject in the clip and it will move the entire frame. If you want to get a further granular control, you can go to effect control option and it will give you the option to adjust position. Let's say in a complex shot, if there is the head of a person is getting cropped or the person is getting cropped from the corner, then you can adjust the position from here, because the moment you will use reframe option, your motion panel will be disabled. Motion panel will not work. You need to use the auto reframe panel to adjust your frame if any point you feel that certain portion is getting out of the frame. Uh, there are a couple of options for motion tracking: slower motion, faster motion, and default. Right now, the tracking happen on the default. Most of the clip works on default. If you feel that there is a clip like Formula One racing kind of a clip, then in that case you can select the fast motion, because in that the subject move very very fast, and then you can, whatever changes you will make, you need to click the analyze button to reanalyze the clip. Okay, now what about the text? That's the question which people ask a lot. If you use the Premiere Pro to write any text or or creating any graphics, then that graphics or the text will also get scaled down automatically. Suppose you create a lower third or a title or something, or maybe anything else, by utilizing the essential graphics panel, then that content will automatically scale down. If you bring anything from outside in a PNG format or in a JPEG format, let's say a logo of a channel which you want to put on the top right corner, the logo will might be a JPEG file or a PNG file that will not get scaled down automatically. That you need to manually scale it down. But whatever is created within Premiere Pro, any graphical content, let's say if I create a rectangle shape, this rectangle graphics is not a PNG graphics. It is created inside Premiere Pro. It will scale it down automatically. Okay. But like I said, if it is a PNG external graphic, then you need to manually scale it down. Caption will automatically get scaled down. You do not have to worry. The caption font size and everything will get adjust in this particular area automatically. Okay, I'll take a quick pause and check the question in the chat box. Just give me a second. Scene edit detect, again, a very old feature. As I said, lot of old features are there. I'm showing you some of the feature which people were not aware of. But of course, scene edit detect was the another useful feature in Premiere Pro. If we're importing video, audio and video is not linking. Any reason? The reason is that this option is not enabled. Let me just highlight this. Linked selection. If it is turned off, let's say this is turned off. Now, if you bring any clip, the audio and video is not linked. You can see here. So this happen when we are hurry. Sometimes this option become disabled. So make sure this option is enabled. So whenever you bring any clips, so let's say disabled, if I bring anything, it will be separate. But if it is enabled, linked selection, then it will be a single clip. So great question, because this many times people ask that I have clicked something in Premiere Pro. Now every clip is not linked. They are coming as unlinked. Is there any option to do music and voice separate from one audio clip? Yes, Ravinder, you can do that, but you need to know little bit about audio engineering, because you need to know how many instruments are playing in the clip, what is the frequency of those instruments. So your question is more towards audio engineering. So there are ways to do it, but it's not a one clip job. Vishal, maybe we can connect on one-on-one to discuss why it is happening. Again, Tarun, we need to check. There might be many challenges why it is getting stuck. Okay, Shashikant, I think we can connect separately. There is something called channel mapping. I will not go deep into it right now, but I'll just show you. Let me just. There is an audio channel mapping feature which you need to use to map the A1, A2 to one channel, then A2, A3 to one channel. So there is a channel mapping which you need to do, Shashikant. I'll share a link with you. You can take a look if you are doing a surround sound mixing kind of a thing. Okay, Naveen, sure. So there was a question on how can I render 5.1 channel audio or 25 channel audio? So for that, you need to do the mapping of the channel, remapping of the channel. Okay, let's move forward. Let's see something related with colors. If you work with a raw format, okay, log video, if you shoot a log video from a Sony log or a Canon log or a DJI log from a DJI drone camera, then this will be a very useful feature. I have a footage here. This is in dot mxf, and it's a log footage. As you can see, it's a flat footage. Okay. Now, Premiere Pro, we have a feature to auto detect the log. Okay, what you need to do, go to Lumetri color option, click on settings, click on project, and then click auto detect log. So we have put lots and lots of log file within the Premiere Pro, and it will automatically detect. If I turn on this option, take a look. Automatically, the first level of grading automatically done. If I turn off this ungraded flattened footage, and this is the graded one, and you can see the log is detected, Canon log 3 cinema gamut. It's automatically detected here. So this is a great feature. If you work on the log footage, this will help you a lot. The another feature is if you shoot videos with iPhone, especially with iPhone 12 onwards, if you shoot in a HDR footage, HDR format, you might have no, I'm not sure if everyone have noticed that or not. There is something called overexpose. Okay, overexpose is something like in this clip, if you see, this cloud is completely burned out. Nothing is visible. It's simply wash out, right? So with iPhone 13, 14, 15, and now with 16, if you shoot in a HDR log footage, you get a washout overexposed footage. So how can you fix that? Simply bring in, especially when you open those footage in Premiere VLC or in phone, they works fine. But the moment you bring it in Premiere Pro or in editing application, they are washed out. So select your clip. This is our iPhone footage here. The challenge here is that this cloud area is washed out here. Okay. And then what you need to do, come here, and there is something called auto tone map media. Okay. Turn on this option, click OK, and take a look. So if you have a footage which is overexposed, shot in a HDR format, simply turn on this option, auto tone map media, which is available inside Lumetri color setting option, and that overexposed area will get fixed. Okay. We do have all these options, and the session is not on color, but we can do that color session also, where I can go deep into if you are doing a HDR workflow, if you are editing a HDR videos. Nowadays, HDR is becoming very, very common. So then you can use Rec 2100 HLG or Rec 2100 PQ. Right now, we are using Rec 709, which is a very common standard definition color variation. Okay, so how you will get to know that this is the HDR footage? You can see uh, the original one is Rec 2100 high log gamma, high long gamma. and I convert this into Rec 709 because I want to make it a regular one footage, not HDR one. Okay, let me check some questions in the chat box. Any AI-enabled color match feature? Okay, so there is a color match feature. I'll just show you where it is available. So you need to bring your footage, okay? And let me just find one clip and show you that. Okay, so I have this footage. This is clip 1. This one is clip 2. This is clip 3. This is clip 4. And this one is clip 5. Okay, so there are 5 different kind of a clip. If I want to do a auto toning, we have a auto button option here. If I select all the clip and let me just turn on the auto on this clip. Now the challenge here is, first let me show you what is the difference. So if you see this red jacket, if I turn on the auto, it looks slightly flat. If I turn on the auto, it looks little more vivid. Of course, you have a manual control to control exposure, contrast, highlight. If I come to last shot, the last shot visible. So this is basically answer on color match. How can we do a color matching if we want to do that? Because that feature is already there in Premiere Pro. Just give me a second. Okay, so now if you see this clip, I'm not sure how much it is visible on the video, but this last footage is actually shot in a completely different time, in a completely different weather condition. The rest of the 4 footage having a yellowness on top of it because they are shot in the afternoon time. But this one is shot in a different time. So how can I can match the color? Of course, lot of color related features are here on something like hue and versus saturation, hue versus hue. But maybe for that we can do a dedicated color session. But since somebody asked that question, so I'll quickly show you the matching part. You need to go into color wheel and match option. Okay. In color match, click on this option, comparison view. Okay. Let the comparison view come. Select the clip with which you want to match the color. So maybe I want to match the color with this one, and then I will click on apply match. Don't make sure the face detection should be selected. Okay, and click on apply match. And now this clip also, the child clip also having now that yellowness tone on top of it. So this is one way of doing a color matching. There are many other ways also by manually. But this is one way which you can quickly try if you have footage which are not on the same tone and one footage is completely going off the track, you can use this particular option. Okay, let's move forward and let me just show you audio mix. So this is a good feature. Let me close the color one. So this is audio mix. This is a unmixed audio. On one track, I have a vocal, and on the another track, I have a music. So if I play this,
I was searching for something. I couldn't say what it was, but
all right.
suffice to say,
Okay, so as you saw here, there were two tracks. On one track there is a music, and one track on there is a dialogue. Generally, when we do a mixing, okay, in mixing, whenever the dialogues come, the background music gets slightly lower. Okay, we do it manually. That's what the mixing is all about. But we can do this automated also. What you need to do, select the entire dialogue track, define it as a dialogue. Similarly, select your music track and define it as music. Okay, and then in music you will have option ducking. Turn on this option and select duck against dialogue. The first option is a dialogue. Okay, how Premiere Pro will know where is the dialogue track? I have already defined that which track is my dialogue track. So that's how Premiere Pro will know where is my dialogue. Okay. Once you select this, I'll talk about these option. But before that, let's click on this button. Very important, generate keyframe. Let's click on it. Wait for a few seconds. And now you can see I got lots of keyframe here. Okay. If I play this again, let's listen this.
I was searching for something. I couldn't say what it was, but suffice to say, I would know when I saw it. I wanted to go to New York, but all that construction. And then
So as you saw, uh, in mixing, this is what we do, right? Whenever the dialogues come, the background music get lower. That's what is happening here in one click. The same thing, we also created these keyframes, but here the AI has created that keyframe by listening the audio. Now let me come on to the setting part. Sensitivity, how much you want the background music should be sensitive, even if somebody is coughing, should the background music get lower or not? That is what sensitivity is all about. So you can define that sensitivity. Duck amount, how much volume should get duck or get lower? Do you want the background music should get completely off when the dialogues come? Then increase this decibel value into minus. Okay. Fade duration. Fade duration is this part. Fade in and fade out. So when the dialogues is about to come and when the dialogue is about to complete, how much fading, because you do not want abruptly music is started and abruptly music get stop, right? You want a fading, right? So that fade timing you can control with the fade duration, and then the fade position is something like, do you want exactly at the time when the dialogue is coming then the fading should happen, or should it start little more before that and over little after, something like that. So these are those kind of settings here. Whenever you make setting changes in the setting, do not forget to hit this button. Okay, make sure you click this button even if you change a point one value, because once you hit this button, the keyframes will get updated.
suffice to say, I would know when I saw it.
Okay, so this is about the audio mixing. It's a great time saving feature again when you are doing the audio mixing.